Hey folks, breaking news! Ancestry has just recently released 3 new features that are really going to make a difference in your family history research. They're going to help you stay more organized, and they're going to help you find things that maybe you weren't able to find before, and they're also going to help you know what to do next. All right, these 3 new features are really amazing, and I'm really fond of them, and it's why I wanted to get this out there. Now, spoiler alert, they're not out there for everybody, so you may not be seeing them in your account yet, but they will be coming, and they don't require a Pro Tools membership like it used to in the past. A lot of times when Ancestry has some new feature, they put it behind Pro Tools, which you have to pay more for. This is not the case. If you have a paid subscription on Ancestry, you're going to have access to these tools. So let me tell you about them. I'm Aimee. I am here to help you take your family history to the next level, and I can't wait to explain these. Now, these 3 tools are, they've added stickies, which stickies, if you have Pro Tools, you're going to be familiar with them, but they're now in the notes section. I'm going to show you that in a minute. They've also added AI assistance in helping you know what to look for that maybe you haven't seen before. Again, I'm going to show you how that works as well. And then finally, like FamilySearch, they have now started full text searching. Now, it's just beginning, and they don't have a lot of record groups that are within full text searching. But I've been told by RootsTech they're going to have even more, and then they will just continue to add more as they have the ability to do so. And if you know anything about full text searching on FamilySearch, you're going to know that it has been a game changer and has helped people break down a lot of brick walls. So let me show you these 3 new features, tell you a little bit about why I like them, and maybe you'll find that you can use them in your family tree as well. Now, this first new feature is accessed in the profile page of the individuals, and it's in the notes section. And if you don't know how to get there, I'm going to show you how. You'll see on my page that I have this view in tree, view notes, view comments, things like that. If you're not seeing that in your tree, so you're going to go up here to tools and then go down to show research tools. And you can see when I toggle that off and on, then you see your view in tree, view notes, things like that. Now, notes are something that are private only to you and people that are assigned as an editor of your tree. Comments are something that if you make a comment, anybody that can see your tree, if it's a public tree, can see the comments. Or even if it's a private tree but you've shared it with people, they can see the comments. Now, the stickies are under the notes section. Now, like I said before, stickies were first part of Pro Tools, and they were part of the networks that are available in Pro Tools. And basically, they are just that. They're like putting a sticky note on something. But there's a couple of things that I really like about stickies. One, it's a good place for you to kind of keep track of your research, what you're doing, what you need to do. It's just a great way for you to kind of keep track of things. But the thing that I actually like the most is that you can save it to more than one person. And so often when you're doing sources and things like that, you're doing them manually person by person in Ancestry. But your stickies, you can save to multiple people. So you can just make one sticky note about the to-do list, maybe for this particular family, and then you can save it to all of the pertinent people. So I can create a sticky, a to-do list of things that I want to do for this person in this tree, Raoul Reese. And the first line is going to be the title, and then I can add in things that I want to make sure that I don't forget that I need to do for him. One of the things that I really like is that I can put it in bullet format by just clicking on that button. I can change if from a paragraph to a heading format, I can change that around. I can add bold or underline text or strike through text. So when I've accomplished something, I can strike through it, which is really helpful. I can add in a date, a research status, or other information, which is kind of cool. So if I put in the date, then that will help me know, okay, this was the last time I looked at this person, and this is kind of where I was at. Then if I add in research status, I can say whether this is verified, unverified, actively researching. And if you'll notice, there's colors associated with each of those research status tags. So if I change the research status, it will change the color of the sticky. And then as I'm looking through my people and I see like a blue sticky, then I know that means I'm actively researching that individual. And one of the other things that I really like is I can also insert a URL, a hyperlink to something, which is great. I can make that somebody else's profile page. I can make it a document. I can make it any URL I want. So I can continue to add facts of things that I want to do for this particular individual. So if I want to make a new sticky, I just go up here and I can have more than one sticky for various individuals. And in this instance, let's say I want to keep track of the places that I've searched so that I know I don't need to go back there again, a form of a research log. It's a terrific place to do it because a lot of times when we're doing information in a research log, it's pertaining to the entire family. And so I can just save this sticky to multiple people in the family. I'll show you that in just a minute. And then if you'll notice here, I inadvertently created an untitled sticky, and I can just click on the trash can there and delete it, no problem. Now here you can see how I can add this to more than one person. I can add in his wife. And so I just click on that person, it'll search for the different people by that name in my tree, and now I have more people added into that particular sticky. And now I'm going to give this a verified sticky because these are things that I know that I have done. All right, the second new feature that I'm really excited to talk to you about is what they call ideas, all right? And this is using AI to help you think of what might I want to be looking for next. And it kind of combs what you have for the individual and it provides suggestions. Let me show you. So if I go right up here and click on ideas, then it's going to take a minute and it's going to generate ideas pertaining to this individual. Now, I got to warn you, they're kind of basic things. So if you're dealing with a very difficult brick wall, I don't know that this is going to be super helpful for you, but especially if you're a newer research, this is going to be a really helpful step for you. And so here they're taking a look at this guy, and I do not have a birth record for him. I'm missing one marriage record, but let's take a look at this and just see what it says. So if I click on it, it gives you beginning information. You know, a primary or baptismal record can confirm blah, 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 right? This can be very helpful for you, especially, like I said, if you are in a beginning person. And then if I want more information, I can click, yes, I want more help on what do I do next? All right, so here's my action plan. Here are the steps that I can take to look for this birth or baptism record. And I really love this. I think this is really, really helpful. If I go back right up here to the original ideas, now I can look at the marriage records. And again, it's telling me why this marriage record might be important. Do I want an action plan? You bet I do. So now it gives me places where I can search, including FamilySearch, Ancestry, Georgia Archives, which is really helpful. They're not making it just an Ancestry, recommendation, which I really appreciate. Talks about looking for marriage notices or bonds in the papers and other marriage-related records in county courts. This is a great way to help you figure out what are you looking for next in your family research. And you can do this at any individual. Now, if you're not seeing this little, if I go out of this, if you're not seeing this little ideas button yet, hold on tight because it will come into your account soon. And then the last one that everybody's so excited about is full text searching. And if I go up here, you may see that it's locked. Now, the reason that I think I'm seeing this locked, and I'm not 100% certain on this, if somebody from Ancestry is watching, please clarify in the comments. But this account is a FamilySearch linked account as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I think you have to have a paid account in order to use this full text because you're seeing that it's locked. And I have the option to upgrade right up here. But let me show you in another Ancestry account I have. Yes, I have multiple. I can show you this full text in action. So if I go right up here to search, and then you'll see new full search full text. And if I click on that, then I'm going to see that this is in beta testing. And so now they're going to be looking for all of the text in books, stories, and newspapers. Now, again, this is limited. They don't have everything. So this will show me like what birth, marriage, and death records that they currently have in full text searching. But I know they're going to be adding in as many record groups as quickly as they can because this is a really big deal. Now, you can search by a keyword, like they have some suggested keywords like an occupation, a document type like a land deed, and then, but I can also put in the individual name. I don't even have to add a keyword. So I could put in Raul Reese, who I have been researching. And I want to add a range of dates. He was born in about 1790 something. So I'm just going to say 1790. He died in like 1845 or something like that. I'm going off my memory. But sometimes these records can be posted a lot later. So I'm going to say 1880 because maybe there was a legal case about his probate or something like that. And this guy lived in Georgia. So I want to select the recommended location there. I want to pick what they offer me so that it's standardized and it helps the AI. And then I can say exact. So I can search exact to this place or not. I could search in the state and adjacent states. Right up here, I've clicked match all terms exactly. So I can leave this exact right here. And then I can click search. Now this has only found one record for me when I was that specific. So let's take a look at this really quickly and I'll show you what I mean. So this has taken his name off of a book, the history of Pulaski County, Georgia, which is where he resided. Now, when I go back, if I reduce things a little bit and I don't make it exact, let's say I don't want him to be exact. Let's say I'm going to have it be like sounds like instead, or similar, or initials. I could just take off the exact altogether. I could leave the exact on for the surname, and then I can click search. Now I have more records, a lot for an R. Reese. And so this is another way that I can take a look and maybe find my ancestors. Now, this is in its infancy stages. You may not have a ton of success yet, but like FamilySearch, they actually started with a fairly large record group of deeds and probate records in the United States, as well as some from other countries. But Ancestry is just gearing up. And so hopefully for you, there's going to be some hits for you with full text searching in Ancestry. So I hope you're as excited about these 3 new features as I am. I really do think they're going to make a difference in your family history research. So I'd love it if you put in the comments which of the 3 features you're most excited for. And I'd also love to hear how you will use the stickies. What different types of stickies would you want to stick onto the people in your tree? If you're new to building a family tree, you might want to get my free handout on starting your family tree. You can click on this QR code right here. And then this video is another video that I have about how to search on Ancestry. Now, this doesn't take, it's an older video, it doesn't take into account some of these new features like full text searching, but it gives you some different things to think about how to use the filters, about how to test different names and different spellings and things like that. So that might be really helpful to you. Good luck. I hope you have a lot of fun building your family tree.